Hi, everybody. Most of you probably know who I am, but I'm Lauren Flaherty, and I was recently appointed to the Stewardship Committee. And so I was just going to take a few minutes to tell you why I decided to take that position, but also why it's important to me, why stewardship is important to me. So, 2020 was unprecedented in a lot of different ways. I don't think that's a surprise for anybody, but um, it looks like 2021 might also be something new for us as well. And, you know, when all the things started to occur in the beginning of 2020, it was shocking, it was scary, right? Those of us who may be quarantining, or those who may have been laid off, or those who were working virtually. It gave us an opportunity. That's the way I like to look at it, to do things in a way that we probably never would have done them before, right? So, whether that be spending a lot of quality time with our loved ones, or even the mere fact of missing people. It gives you the chance to really think about the things that maybe you had taken for granted in 2019 and before. And that's definitely something that I thought about a lot. And so while it was definitely tumultuous, it really started to build something up inside of me. And the church is important to me because it's an investment for me. Um, it's an investment in my spirituality and my salvation, but also in my community. And also, it's a place where, I want it to be a central bedrock for my family. And I would like for my kids, to ultimately raise their kids in the church as well. And so, with anything, whether it be a career or a relationship or parent, being a parent, um, opening up a business, whatever is important to you, it takes a lot of work, and it takes sacrifice, and it takes investment. And people can invest in different ways, whether it be time or sitting on a committee, volunteering for events, getting your kids involved, and participating in stewardship. And so I am a firm believer in you get in, you get out what you put in. And if I'm willing to work as hard as I do towards my professional goals, and maintaining a family in the way I see fit, then I should also be willing to put that kind of importance, if not more, on sustaining the church. So obviously we are directed to tithe, and that could look different for everybody. But I think, with what we have gone through so far, it is a very clear message and indicator that, hope is not lost, and you just need to evaluate what is important to you. So, like I said before, if you had taken things for granted, which I know I did, now that luxury may not be there to take everything for granted. And so, I just had to ask myself what's important to me. And it's easy for us to say what we want to think is important to us, but the fact is, you know what it is by where you spend your time, where you spend your money, where you spend your energy, and what you pay attention to. And that really is the honest truth. Um, so it definitely was a period of time for sort of recalibration for me. And I'm hoping to get people in the church to think about how this past year could be encouraging and hopeful rather than the other way around. And hopefully that would inspire people to evaluate what matters most to them and their future and their families and their spirituality. Personally, there's nothing more important than salvation, in my opinion. And so I think I owe a lot to my creator. It's easy for me to say that everything I have is because, Mike and I, we earned it. It's ours. We earned it. We did it on our own. Um, and I think it feels good to be able to say that, like it might help your ego. But the fact of the matter is that without God and all of his blessings, none of us would be where we are. None of us. We were given certain gifts and certain abilities, maybe the physical ability to even do such things. Maybe you're really good at art. Maybe you're really good at math. And, all those strengths, they are something that are born inside of you. So it's important not to take credit away from the ultimate source. And so if you come to the conclusion that what you have is owed and it's due to your creator, then you can only come to the conclusion that you might need to invest back. Just like any other relationship, you always have to put in and you receive as well. So that's why it's important to me. And I encourage everybody to just sort of think about those things and ponder that and see what they've learned from 2020 and ask what's really important. And I also would be willing to, give my number out. But you guys have my email. And if you have any questions or comments or just even anything to say whatsoever, feel free to reach out with my email. And then maybe I'll, we can meet up for a cup of coffee or have a phone call. But I'm definitely here for that if anybody should need it. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you all.